is this? Oh, okay. Hello one and hello all, and apparently Dow falls nearly 1,500 points, closing in bear market territory. and and today we are going to be okay, sorry for that. So that's finally home. Anyway, today I am going to be talking about the books I've written. I just realized how long it's been since I recorded in the RV. It's been all in here. None in there. Can't even see it. Anyway, we're going to talk about the books I've written. 3 to be specific. My best 3. Now, extreme hardcore viewers of this channel, like, I think it was, 2 years ago? Whenever I hit 500 views, which was approximately 4,500 views ago. Prior to that, I talked about my book, Godzilla vs. Megalon, and how I did a thing called NaNoWriMo, where once a year, in November, you have to write a book. You have the whole month of November to write a book. And you can, set word limits for yourself to make longer books or whatever. Like, oh, I want to make a book that's 10,000 words long, which I've yet to do, don't intend to do. So, eventually, this will be a mini series. I still never played this Political Week, did I? I need to. Eventually. Anyway. Halt. Anyway. So we're gonna be brushing off my second book I've made. It was educational. It was called Dinosaurs A to Z, and the first dinosaur was like Xanthraptor or something like that. So it was a Z to an A. Allosaurus was Allosaurus was like last dinosaur, so it was A to Z, except the dinosaurs were in order Z to A, because I thought it'd be genius if I just googled dinosaurs A to Z on Wikipedia, scroll to the bottom of the page, and essentially plagiarized, kind of? I don't know, I just kind of extremely condensed the information. I was like, it was in the Jurassic period. It ate meat. It was this big. That was it. That was my description, basically everything. Like, for example, with Allosaurus. Yeah, that's in the Jurassic period. It ate meat. It was, 30 to 40 feet long, something like that. And if they provided a weight, I wrote down that as well. But anyway, the main juicy story I'm going to talk about today is Transformers Bioblast. My first ever book I wrote in 2012 or 2013. I was 8 or 9, one of those two. And, yeah, here are the characters. You got 5 Autobots, 3 Decepticons. We'll talk about them later. The Autobots are Slasher, Team Leader, Click, the Bumblebee equivalent, Smasher and Crasher, twins, which are indeed rip-offs of Skids and Mudflap from the movies. And finally, Aiden. Last character is a self-inserted character by myself. Great first story. So basically, story's about 5 pages long. 50 pages of filler. It's just the Autobots having parties and goofing off. I kid you not. It's like an entire page where it's just, they had a party, they went to sleep. They woke up. Aiden woke up first though. Then they had another party, then went to sleep. This time, Aiden was the third to wake up. That was a legit sentence in my story. Well, semi-condensed. It's more like a condensed paragraph of a page. Which is hilarious, in my opinion. Anyway, so there's an air show at one point where Slasher's flying around because he's a jet. Everyone else has a car, but Slasher's only jet in the Autobots. It's the only smart ones, why he's the leader. And at one point there was a race. Well, all 5 of the Autobots, including the damn Jet, race. I think Click won somehow. Followed by Slasher the Jet, and then Twins. And then Aiden came in last. I made myself lose. Aiden ain't no Gary Stu. He's such a non-Gary Stu. After he loses the race, and a brutal loss, he just up and disappears from the story. After he loses the race, his name is never again mentioned. I never write down the name Aiden. I never again write down the name Aiden in that story after he loses the race. So my personal headcanon is that he got depressed and just kinda left. That's my headcanon. Yeah. Anyway. So eventually I think it's on page, like halfway through page 2. The sky turns yellow. It's after party number, I think, 3. The sky turns yellow. And basically, the Autobot's like, yo, whenever the sky turns yellow, that means the Decepticons could be here in like 4 weeks. The next day, I describe the sky as more yellow than before. And it's like, I literally write down the sentence, the Decepticons will arrive in 3 weeks, 6 days. I'm surprised I didn't, like, go further. 3 weeks, 6 days, 23 hours, 47 minutes, 57 seconds, and 213 milliseconds. And counting. But despite the fact that Decepticons aren't supposed to be there for about a month, the Decepticon leader shows up, Crossbones, and he's got a crossbow. There ain't no Megatron in this. There ain't no Optimus. It's purely original characters, like Aiden, who's dead. Essentially. Might as well be dead. Whoa. So basically, Smasher is all like, I'ma fight you. And he's like, okay. And here's how I write the fight down. Smasher and Crossbones get into a fight. Smasher wins. That's the fight. After losing, Crossbones is like, I'm gonna leave. So after doing this, Crossbones leaves. And then like, okay, let's have a rally. So, they go to the base in Ocala National Forest. I don't know if I'm legally allowed to use that in a book. Oh, Eric, my dad just posted something to Facebook. Cool. Anyway, like, yo guys, what do we need to do to stop the Decepticons? And then, eventually they're like, let's do a rendezvous mission. Because my mom was part of the military, so she gave me ideas for this bit. So they're like, okay, let's go. Smasher and I think it was Click. I think it was Smasher and Click. Like, we'll go. Okay, Eric just sent me another thing. I'll get to this eventually. He knows I'm recording. I don't know why he's doing this. But anyway, they're like, okay, let's go. They go, and they see like 11 Decepticons with, quote, big guns. Then they go back. Like, yo, let's go. So they go, and they ambush them. Big fight. So here's what happens. Click throws one Decepticon into another, presumably killing them. 4 of the Decepticons fly away. Smasher and Crossbones have a rematch, where Smasher's arm gets shot off, but then he hits him with his axe hard enough so that Crossbones is like, yo, let's leave. And that's the fight. I don't think anyone actually died there, but whatever. Except, yes, they did, because that's the last time we see Smasher, Crasher, and Click. Slasher's the only one that's mentioned again. And on like page 3 out of 5. The next page is dedicated entirely to Decepticons. Ooh. See what happens is, the Decepticons, they start training, and 2 more show up. Killer and Razor, I think their names are. Yes, Killer. So then they start training with each other. And by the way, I don't think Razor gets any dialogue. He's just there. So then it's the big final battle. But before the final battle commences, a new Autobot shows up named Spider Blade. And he is nice too. According to my stupendous writing. And that's the last time you see Spider Blade. He shows up, doesn't even say hi, and then decides, I'ma head out. Doesn't he? And then Slash, big final battle. It's like 13 Decepticons or something like that. Slashes a Decepticon to death. That's the last time Slasher shows up, by the way. And then another Autobot shows up out of nowhere. His name is Razor Blade. He shows up and he starts, quote, shooting blades everywhere, and he kills basically all the Decepticons. Like in one fell swoop. Killer says, whoa, and then he disappears from the story. Razor originally disappears from the story. Crossbones disappears from the story. 7 more Decepticons show up the hell out of nowhere. The end. One epic finale that was. Personal headcanon. Literally everyone dies. Everyone. I do mean everyone. That universe, gone. We'll just say Unicron himself destroyed everything. And then Unicron subsequently exploded. And then when he exploded, he took the entire universe with him. Mosquitoes. So yeah, that's that story. Next story. Iron Man 4. Whoa. Love You 3000. More like Love You 4. So, I made this book in 2013 because I just seen Iron Man 3. And I was like, yo, let's make an Iron Man 4. So, here's the story. It's 3 pages long. By the way, every sentence has like, you know how like when you're like Word document, it's like sentence, then like the enter button like does that. Every sentence has one of those enter spaces between it. So the book is technically twice as long as it would normally would be. So it's like barely 2 pages long. Somehow it's 3 chapters. Anyway, the story begins with Tony, Jarvis, War Machine, I didn't even call him Rhodey once, and Pepper testing out new suits. And then, after a bit of witty banter that I can't remember at the moment, a missile comes out of nowhere, and it's like, oh crap, yo, what was that? Chapter 2, the big villain shows up. His name is Laser. And he shows up and he says, I've replaced my old henchman with Crimson Dynamo. And then Crimson Dynamo never does anything, by the way. So then, it's a big fight. We're halfway through the story, by the way. Big fight. Tony attacks Laser. Laser says, ow. Tony says, he's hurt. Laser says, that's it. Launches another missile, disappears. What do you think of my fighting choreography? It's fantastic, in my opinion. What is that? Oh, it's a callus. Anyway. Oh no, it's not a callus, it's dead skin. Something on my fingers. Anyway. Oh, there's a lot in this. Anyway. It's a damn pollen. So, he's hurt, they leave. Tony then comes up with a plan. He's like, ever been to a space station? No. Chapter 3. They're all in a space station with a laser cannon attached. And Laser has a fleet of spaceships shaped like swords. Prepare the space laser, says Tony. They prepare the space laser. They fire it at the mothership. It explodes. All the other ships, I guess, just explode. Laser escapes in an escape pod, signaling his return. And then, the best line ever. I can't remember who said it. I think it was Rhodey, War Machine. It was Tony. Tony said, it was someone that wasn't Jarvis or Pepper who said it, I remember that much. Someone said, we did it, and then Pepper comes out of nowhere and says, no, Tony did it. The end. Biggest ever. I don't even know what. There will be more of these, but do remember these stories get progressively better and better. So no more funny crap from this point onwards. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be like a thing. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna go end this video and check out whatever my dad sent me on Facebook, I think it was. So, if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like or subscribe. If you like it, leave a comment down below if you have anything to say about it. And follow me on Instagram at VillaX5. Until next time, I will see you later, everybody. Bye-bye.